Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records here, coming at you with another video. First things first, on the turntable we got Blind Faith live in 1969 in Sweden. I don't have it with me because it's not a picture disc, but I'll just show you a picture. This is what it looks like. So pretty cool bootleg. But the reason I'm making this video is because it has some friends that they kind of were purchasing some stuff out of their collection that they didn't think they'd listen to anymore, and just really brought me some killer stuff. We met up this weekend and it just blew my mind, some of the stuff they brought me. So thought I would show you guys some of this stuff. I'm really excited. A lot of it I'm adding to my collection, but also a lot of it I'm selling. So I'll kind of give you an idea of what I've got. We'll jump right in with some crazy good heat. Gosh, this one, been wanting this for a long time. This is the Wall, a half-speed mastered. Just incredible sound. I put this on and I was blown away. Now I'm faced with a decision: do I want to sell my Japanese pressing of the Wall? You know, it's tough. It's tough out here making these decisions. But gosh, that's a beautiful, beautiful copy. This one, no different. I've been wanting this forever. As soon as I ever saw them that this was available, I wanted it. Just kind of always been a little bit out of my price range, but this is Pink Floyd Atom Heart Mother. This is my, it's hard to say this is my favorite Pink Floyd album, but I think it is. It's just the one I always went to as a kid. If you've seen some of my past videos, you understand why, because of the cow. But anyways, I won't go into that. But this is the original master recording, and oh my gosh, it sounds incredible. It just sounds amazing. This is another one I've been wanting for a really, really long time. Led Zeppelin 2 original master recording. I had one of these years back, and just kind of sold it one day. I mean, when I purchased everything a couple years ago, I sold it, and this one, when it came to me, I was very, very happy because I've been looking for it for a while. Here's a couple. I might have to do some explaining on these. So this is Simon & Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. This is the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab Ultra Disc 1-step. And I don't know if you've seen these in the VC. A couple people have showed them, but and there's a lot of hype about them. Here's another one. This is What's Going On, Marvin Gaye. But these are box sets. I'll kind of show you a little bit real quick what's inside. So this kind of explains the one-step process. So basically, there's one step. You have the source material is the original master recording. That puts it, they take it straight from that tape onto the lacquer. That makes the positive imprint. So then they take the positive and then make a convert, which is the negative. And then they take that negative and they press that straight into the vinyl. It's a pure form of vinyl, like a pure form of vinyl dye. It's cut at 45 RPM, so it's better sound quality. All this stuff. There's a lot that goes into why these sound so good. This is the regular process, like the source material is just whatever. So it's not the original master recording, just source material. And then it presses onto all these different plates to finally end up with the final plate. And in in just like a regular pressing, I mean, they'll press thousands on the same plate, thousands of records on the same plate to mass produce. On these one-steps, I think they only press. Now you might fact check me on this, but I think they only press like 100 on each plate or something like that. Very low amount, anyways. I should probably read this to you, but anyways. So this kind of explains the one-step process. This is for What's Going On. This is a poster of a billboard for What's Going On when it came out, and this is just like what the normal cover would look like. And then you get 2 LPs. Each LP is cut at 45 RPMs, and you know, I'd heard a lot of hype about these. A lot of my friends were talking about them, and I thought it was kind of a gimmick. I wasn't buying it, and I'm like, man, because they're $125 each when you buy them new, so they're expensive. and I kind of looked into them, and there's not that many albums available on Ultra Disc One Step. So, but the first one they did was Santana. The second one they did was like Bill Evans, Village Vanguard. I think the third one was Bridge Over Troubled Water, and the fourth one is Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. So I got these, and I just got a new needle for my turntable. I just got these new speakers and new receiver and everything, and I put it on, and immediately I was absolutely blown away by the sound. I've never heard a record sound that good. You can say what you want, but I'm sold on them. They sound incredible. If you have the ability to get your hands on one, I would strongly suggest that you do that. Really, really incredible sound of records. I'm telling you, I cannot even tell you how amazing that sound is. So I won't go any further into it than that. The next one's Half Speed Master of Pink Floyd, a collection of great dance songs. I didn't even have this record at all because it's comp, and I just hadn't gotten around to getting it. So there's that one that I'm keeping. So the next one, kind of a hot button issue. This is Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. If you don't know anything about Greta Van Fleet, they're this new band of young kids, 20-year-olds. They sound just like Led Zeppelin. And I won't say that because it's a hot button issue. Like I said, anytime I even talk about Greta Van Fleet, I have an argument on my hands because people either think they're the best thing in the world or they hate them because they sound a lot like Led Zeppelin, but they don't really credit Led Zeppelin as one of their influences. They're a little bit pretentious. They have a little bit of a cocky attitude about them. They are incredible. The guitar player plays a lot like Jimmy Page in the same style. The singer, he mimics Robert Plant's voice, whether he wants to admit it or not. They're a great band. The kids are super talented. My opinion on them is that I think they have a lot of talent, and I think they should kind of branch out a little bit and try to find their own sound. But anyways, I've only listened to this one time, and it was on iTunes, and hadn't really given it a fair shot. So I'm gonna listen to this one. If I like it, I'm gonna keep it. So it's Greta Van Fleet. I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of these rascals. This is a Robert Plant. I believe it's a Robert Plant interview disc, but it's just kind of a bootleg type thing. Here's another Led Zeppelin bootleg. Led Zeppelin live in Japan. It's called A Cellar Full of Noise. It's a pretty cool bootleg. I may end up selling this. I don't need it. I only have like 80 other Led Zeppelin bootlegs. This is Robert Plant, Carry Fire. This is, I guess, his newer album. I've not heard this at all. Heard good things, but haven't heard it. So excited to sink my teeth into that. This is a some sort of Asian Led Zeppelin bootleg compilation. It's called Golden Led Zeppelin Hits. I've seen these online before, but I didn't know that he had one. But it's got Dire Maker, or Jamaica, how you want to say it, Rock and Roll, Whole Lot of Love, Black Mountainside, Battle of Evermore, Black Dog, Immigrant Song, Stairway to Heaven, Good Times, Bad Times, No Quarter. And I want to say this is Korean, because Korean pressings are notorious about spelling things wrong, and this is just riddled with spelling errors. I actually have a Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland that says Doo-Doo Child instead of Voodoo Child, which is my favorite thing ever. So there's that. There's this. This is along the same lines. It's called Led Zeppelin Anthology. This is just a straight out of somebody's garage type of bootleg compilation of some of their hits. And this one has Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, Whole Lot of Love, Immigrant Song, Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir, some of the same stuff. So this one's really cool. I really like the cover on it. It's got the Hermit cover. Really like that. This is Led Zeppelin 1972 interview. I think this might be a picture disc. Yeah, it's a picture disc as well. So it's made in England. Really cool. I'm probably going to frame that. Just because really, who wants to listen to an interview on vinyl? No, I don't. Gosh, I can't believe he brought this one to me. It says Grateful Dead, Fillmore West, 1969. I wanted this so bad. And when it came out, I was out of town. I wasn't going to any record stores. I think it's a record store day type thing. I can't remember, but I couldn't get my hands on it. And kind of been wanting one ever since and not wanting to pay the price. And he bought it because he thought he wanted to give the Grateful Dead a chance. And he just doesn't like live Dead, so he gave up on it quickly. This one's called Led Zeppelin, Do What Thou Wilt. And this is a collection of Led Zeppelin studio outtakes. I'll show you. It's on green color vinyl. It's beautiful, beautiful record. But it's got studio 1970, so it's got a lot of the Led Zeppelin 3 stuff on it. And then the Bronyer R. Wales May 1970 stuff too. So that's a really cool one that he brought me. I'd kind of, something I haven't seen a lot of. It's number 60 out of 100. You know, I haven't seen a lot of them, and so I wrote him about it for so long that he finally brought it. This is Yardbirds on Parlophone. His master's voice label, the RCA dog, but pretty cool. Yardbirds record there. This one I've been wanting for a long time. This is a reissue, but this is Bill Evans Trio, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. He got the one step, the Ultra Disc one step for this album, so he brought this to me. But man, I'm jealous because I really wanted that one step, and it sold out. And once they're sold out, they don't make many of them, so they're really hard to come by. But I'm really glad to just have a regular pressing of this. It's a great record. This is Jack White, live at Third Man Records, 2012, I think. This is just on regular black vinyl, I believe. Yeah, I haven't listened to this yet, but I'm gonna listen to it, see how I like it. I might keep it. This is Common, the Dreamer, or the Dreamer, the Believer. I used to really like Common. Some pretty solid hip hop. So I'm gonna listen to that, see if I like it. The Beach Boys Friends. I actually didn't have this, so I was glad to get that. This is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Murders of the Universe. I've never listened to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and this is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Volume 1, or Flying. I don't know, I can't read that. But anyways, like I said, I've never ever listened to any of their music, and I know I'm super into psych. Everybody says, man, you need to listen to King Gizzard, whatever. Man, look at that. Flat out. I didn't even look at that. I just assumed it was colored vinyl. But man, I've always been like, yeah, I'll get to it. And just never have. So, kind of now I own them, so I have to. This is Buckingham Nicks. I've had copies of this in the past, but people, they want them so bad that I always sell them. I've listened to it a couple times, and you know, I didn't love them. So, this time I'm going to give them a better shot. You know, see what all the hype's about. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. This one's actually already spoken for. I'm sending this one out to my boy, DJ Bo Grumpus. Bo Earhead 6 on here. I call him that because, anyways. This is Jay-Z, Magna Carta. This is just a really cool set. I don't know that I'll keep this. I used to really like Jay-Z, but it's been many years for me. This is Lambert and Nutty Comb. That's how you say it. At Home. I'm not familiar with this, but it looks like something I'd be super into. So, R.L. Burnside, Long Distance Call, Europe, 1982. I love R.L. Burnside stuff. Just some great blues. So I'm excited for that. So he brought me some things that he knew I had kind of a soft spot for. So we'll just jump right into that. Try to get some sort of order to them. The late great Townes Van Zandt. If you know me, you know I've been on a Townes Van Zandt kick for about 6 months now, and that's a majority of what I listen to. I love Townes Van Zandt. This is a great record. It's got Poncho and Lefty on it. This is all these are Fat Possum Records reissues, but man, I love Townes Van Zandt. I love this album. And you know, the reissues are cheap. You can get this for like $20, but once you buy all his records, it's like $200, you know. And so he wasn't listening to him. He knew that I was really into him, so he brought me a bunch of Townes Van Zandt. So there's that one, the late great Townes Van Zandt. Townes Van Zandt, Austin City Limits, which I have not heard this. Really super excited to hear that. Like I said, get some order to this. Townes Van Zandt, Delta Mama Blues. Now, I've heard this before, but I hadn't listened to it too much. I was kind of waiting to get it on vinyl. Been listening to this past couple days, and man, this is a contender for my favorite Townes album. It's really good. Love it. Our Mother the Mountain, Townes Van Zandt. Another great one. High, Low, and In Between, Townes Van Zandt. Flying Shoes. And is that all? All nuts. I think that's all. So all those Townes Van Zandt, super excited about it. Then he brought me Blaze Foley, The Dog Years, 1975 and 1978. This is actually still sealed. He never listened to it. So, I mean, Blaze Foley, if you don't know, Blaze Foley, a lot of people that like Townes Van Zandt like Blaze Foley. Really good country singer-songwriter. Kind of hard to get a hold of his stuff. Really hard to get a hold of his stuff. So, I actually don't have any Blaze Foley albums at all. So, that's great. Bert Jansch, Birthday Blues. He knows I love Bert. So, it's great to have that one. This one I'm a little bit more excited about. It Don't Bother Me, Bert Jansch. This era of Bert, I just love. The guy's a genius folk guitar player. Just incredible artist. Rosemary Lane, Bert Jansch. Love it, man. And this one, when I saw this, I was so excited. This is just self-titled Bert Jansch. The first time I heard this was the 1001 Albums to Listen to Before You Die book. It's in there, and gosh, the first time I heard it, it just blew my mind. I just love his style of playing guitar. It's acoustic. It's so good. GNR Lies, original press. I actually did not have one of these. I actually didn't have any Guns N' Roses. This is the only Guns N' Roses album I have, and I really would like to get Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and of course Appetite. But I'm super excited to have this. Fleet Foxes, Helpless Blues. Fleet Foxes are a little bit hit or miss for me. I haven't given this album a lot of time, so I'll check it out and see what I think. And then here's just the last few that I'm keeping. All these have been keepers. Easy Beats, Good Friday. This is a Sundays reissue. I think it's Sundays, is it? No, it's Versailles Vitage. Black vinyl. Anyways, so I like the Easy Beats. So, you know, I thought, I'm gonna hang on to that bad boy. This is Blind Uncle Gaspard, Delma Lanchney, On the Water's Edge. Never heard of this, but he said I'd like it because I like Townes Van Zandt. He said it's around the same era. Don't know anything about this, but I'm excited to sink my teeth into it. Michael Hurley, Blue Hills. He said this was along the same vein as that. So, we'll see. And I don't know why the heck this was in there, but this is Eagles' greatest hits. I don't know how it ended up in that box. So, needless to say, guys, that stuff I am like really excited about. Some of those things I've been really looking for a while. The MoFi stuff. Let me move this over. The MoFi stuff I've just recently really been getting into because my system is sounding better and better, and just kind of been looking for some more MoFi stuff. I have a little bit already, and I have some Japanese pressings, but just been looking for some MoFi stuff. So really excited to get that. Here's some of the stuff I'm going to be selling. I'm going to blow through this as fast as I can. I know this video is kind of getting long. So there's more Greta Van Fleet. This is another one. So this is two of my buddies. So they both purged all their Greta Van Fleet stuff. This one actually I already had. This is Black Smoke Rising. It's actually really, I really like this. Really energetic, good rock and roll. I like that. So there's another one of those too. So those will all be going at my pop-up. Donald Fagen, the Night Fly, Japanese pressing. I might give this one a spin before I sell it, because confession, I've never actually heard this album, and everyone says it's great. Oh, and there is a one step of this too. I forgot. So everyone says it's great. It's one of those albums I've had it before, but I've never put it on. This is the back cover of the Blind Faith album. You all know it. This is Japanese pressing. This one's going to be sold for sure, so if anybody wants it, let me know. This is, let's see, which one is this? This is a Robert Ludwig Zeppelin 2, and this rascal's in VG, maybe VG minus shape, the vinyl. So I'm probably going to be, I don't know. If somebody just wants one because it's a Robert Ludwig, you know, maybe we'll work something out, but it's not in great shape. But he gave me a super good deal on that one. This one's Fish, Big Boat. It's on clear vinyl. I'm not going to take it out, but this is Fish, the Sicket disc. And I'm not big on Fish. I am big on Grateful Dead, but maybe I should give them another chance. This is a MoFi demonstration copy of Emerson, Lake and Palmer pictures at the at an exhibition. This is one I haven't listened to a lot of, but I may give it a shot too. I'm not big on Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Mahogany Rush, Strange Universe. This is notorious for having Frank Marino. Frank Marino is a great guitar player. If you were to take Stevie Ray Vaughan and throw in a little, I don't know, Carlos Santana maybe? I don't know. That's probably not a good description, but maybe John McLaughlin? I don't know. This is a pretty good record. I already have it, so I'm going to be selling it. This is Quicksilver. I think this is self-titled, but I already have this record. This is Quicksilver Message in Service. Quicksilver. This is one of the early Psych album. It's not worth a whole lot, but it's a great listen. Steve Miller, The Joker. This one's, he told me to listen to this. It's called Process. I don't know what that is. Canned Heat. I already have this. Hallelujah. This is a great album. Sheer Mag, he told me to listen to this before I sold it. I might listen to it. He said I'd really like it. Don't even know what it is. Rush, Signals, Kiss Alive, and my wife might not let me sell this one, but this one's this is an Adele bootleg. Big Hits at the Glastonbury. So I don't know. My wife really likes Adele. I mean, I do too, if I'm being honest. So I've never seen an Adele bootleg. That kind of cracked me up. Here's a Russian Led Zeppelin comp. I already had it. Here is Townes Van Zandt live at the Old Quarter. This was my introduction to Townes Van Zandt pretty much. I love this record, but I already have a copy, so I don't need that one. Townes Van Zandt, for the sake of the song, this is his first album. I already have 2 copies of this, so I didn't need it. Fleet Foxes. This is self-titled. Yeah, I already have that, so I didn't need it. And that's Boss Skaggs, which who cares about him? I'm sure somebody does. Don't get offended, people. It's just a joke. Just a few more here I'm trying to show. Yeah. Jimi Hendrix concerts. This is a bunch of live concert tracks from Hendrix. This is Cream, Disraeli Gears. This is some reissue on RSO. Queen, Night at the Opera. One of my friends has already claimed this. Medusa. That'll be for sale. I don't know anything about that. Roxy Music. Siren. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. And then in the shrink Kiss Love Gun. And I got a couple box sets here. This is Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct box set. And then, Led Zeppelin Mothership box set. So, that's just kind of the ones I wanted to show. I've got, here's some that I've already sold out of that lot. It says Pink Floyd doing the soundtrack to The Committee on orange vinyl. I actually already have one exactly like it, so I'll put it up for sale. This is a sealed Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds live at Luther College, Record Store Day, Splatter 4LP. Already sold that. Radiohead, The Brighter North live in Canada. I think this was like 2000, 2001. This is volume 1. This is volume 2. Both were on colored vinyl. I think it fits together to make one big picture. This was an original master recording of Dark Side of the Moon, which I already sold. It's a Japanese pressing of A Nice Pair, which I already sold. And a Japanese pressing of a collection of great dance songs. I had the MoFi copy in there, so I didn't really need the Japanese. I really try to stick to one album or one version of each album. So I don't like to have a Japanese and a MoFi and original US and blah 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 blah. I like to have just one good copy, one good listening copy. So the MoFi one's it. I don't stick to it. I mean, I got like 10 copies of the White Album, but for this one, I didn't need it, so I sold it. So anyways, that's some of the cooler stuff. There's also a couple crates of stuff that I can flip through so you guys can see what it is, but nothing major. Had some complaints on the last video that the volume wasn't high enough. You ask, why is the volume so low? It's because my kids are asleep. Try to keep them that way. So, try to speak up a little bit in this video, and then if I need to adjust it when I edit it, I'll do that. So, anyways, I got a bunch of other really good pickups that I need to make another video for, and I'm still doing the video, figuring out the video for the Intro to Psych Volume 2 I'm doing. So, anyways, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Here's a few of the more regular stuff that they sent me on the way out. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. If any of you are wondering, my kid wrote "Daddy" on my hand, so that's what that is. Do you know this was a Robert Plant bootleg? This is a Led Zeppelin bootleg, and I can't remember if I still have my copy or not, but that's a BBC concert. I probably don't. Some Bob Seger stuff. This is the Blind Faith bootleg that we're listening to right now. This is another copy of it. I had a copy already, so it's on blue vinyl. It's pretty cool. Yardbirds, Robert Plant. This is actually a German press of Zeppelin too. It's pretty cool. Fleetwood Mac early Peter Green era. Got some Hendrix stuff. Green Day. This is like Jimmy Buffett. Traffic. The Nuge. ZZ Top. Oh, everyone loves Bill Cosby right now. Vixen. Yes. Oh, and there's a bunch of Kiss stuff. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you next time.